This is one of the most uncertain times in recent history for your supply chain. I'm going to give you 3 ways to help you define some certainty during these uncertain times for your supply chain. First, negotiation. Second, reclassification. Third, redevelopment. Negotiation is one of the key components to providing certainty in your supply chain because you have an existing supplier. You have years and years of business or a long-term relationship, and what you need to do is you need to preserve that. You don't want to rock the boat. It takes a lot of effort and time to develop that supply chain. And so at all costs, if you can avoid disruptions or changes to that supply chain, you really want to do that. And how do you do that? Is by picking up the phone, having communication with your long-term supplier, and negotiating terms that will be favorable, that will help you to weather the storms that may come about with tariffs and duties and other global economic constraints that your supply chain may be facing. And in the end, your supplier may end up making a little bit less profit, but they maintain the relationship and they maintain the business with you that you've had for so many years, and you're able to still provide the goods and services that you have done for your customers. And although you may be hoping for the best outcome, that your supplier will eat the costs, all of them or some of them, you need to do a cost-benefit analysis to determine what it would look like if you shifted away, and what a new supply chain may cost you or look like or cost your business in terms of time to redevelop. The answer most often is to not shift suppliers, even though there may be some increased costs. Number 2, reclassification. This comes down to harmonized tariff codes, HTS codes as we know them, and the importance of what they are and what they represent. Essentially, they're a classification for your goods based upon the product type or even potentially the industry in which the products are developed within, but they make a night and day difference with regards to your duties and tariff bill. So if you are uncertain as to your current HTS codes or what may be more applicable or more beneficial, especially given this new environment around tariffs and duties, you need to consult a professional to really make a determination on if there are more beneficial opportunities to reclassify your goods under more favorable HTS codes. Once again, it's very important that you consult a professional to make these decisions, because by reclassifying your goods with incorrect codes could cost you a significant amount of time or potentially even holds as your products are coming through the ports. HTS classification is almost like knowing the tax code. There are very specific nuances, there are continuous changes to the code. So for all of those reasons, it's extremely important that you consult a true professional who understands this business for you. Number 3, redevelopment. It's a real challenge to change your supply chain, build a brand new supply chain. And some industries, it's a little easier to do than others, where a shift or a pivot may just be a matter of working with this machine in this country instead of that machine in this country. But when there is labor and there are skills involved that go beyond just true mechanization, or there is a lack of availability of materials or other constraints that you may want to consider, to shift away to a new supply chain could be a potential nightmare. So in order to really hone in on if that's a true solution for you, you need to understand your products, how they're made, how they come together, what are the challenges and constraints that you've learned from your current supply chain, and how a new supply chain will be able to overcome these or handle your production needs.